Hello everybody and welcome back to some Fate Extra. I do have some things to say, but I'll say that for after the battle with Ronnie here. Either way. No, not either way, that's the wrong term to use there. Either way. God damn it, I used it again. Alright. We're heading into the elevator now. Jesus. I wanted to say that in like a suspenseful way, but no, I ruined it. Alright, we're in the Death Star again. And now we're gonna have to fight Ronnie and her servant. If you haven't been upgrading your defense, well, if you haven't been putting skill points into defense, then you better hope that you can out-damage this guy. A few hits with this guy and you're done. He can, if you don't defend against his skills or his Noble Phantasm, he will kill you in one shot. I am not joking. This was the hardest servant battle to me in the entire game. Yes, the entire game. I completed the game at the time of this recording. Commentary recording. So yes, I regard this as the hardest battle for a caster playthrough, at least. Simply because of how much damage this guy can deal and how little defense you have. So if you don't give this your all, you're going to lose. Now in this battle, it took me a few tries to actually defeat this guy. Like, didn't take me that many. It wasn't frustrating, as I knew I could beat him. I just had to come up with the proper strategy. Now this guy likes to do stat buffs, so you're going to want the Maleficent Garments, I believe it was called, to get rid of any stat buffs he puts on himself. If you don't take him from like mid health, right when this guy gets to low HP, like around 10% or so, he can cast a buff in which he will revive with 10% HP. So, which is why you want the Maleficent Garments. But not only that, he has other buffs that make him do a lot more damage. So you're gonna want to get rid of those as well. And you can see right there, in 2 hits, just normal attack pretty much, he can take us down. Now you're not going to just want to use your magic skills all willy-nilly, because you're going to need to finish this guy off, like, very quickly. or else you're gonna die. Now, a good indicator of when they're going to do the Noble Phantasm is after they reach a certain amount of HP. You see the Noble Phantasm symbol on their HP bar, and they have some dialogue. They usually do the Noble Phantasm there, but I think that they need buffs. The buffs are a prerequisite in order to actually do the Noble Phantasm, because I get rid of their buffs, and they don't do the Noble Phantasm, which I find extremely odd. Because near the end of the battle, you see me hesitate to use my Noble Phantasm because I'm waiting for them to use theirs. Cause I don't want to take any damage, because any damage I take and I get, if I'm not at full, I essentially, it's just a one-shot kill if I'm not at full. But I don't believe they ever used Noble Phantasm on me, so I believe their AI sort of got stuck. Or there's probably like a small percentage of whether or not they'll use a Noble Phantasm or not. And as you see here, I'm a bit hesitant to use my skills all the time. There's no real reason for that. Well, the real reason is because I spammed my skills before, right? And he was near the end of his HP, but he just did his Noble Phantasm, his skills, and he just finished me off right there. So I want to save my MP and my Noble Phantasm, so I'm able to finish him off when he has a low enough HP. But his AI went like a little wonky for me here, and he just like didn't do his Noble Phantasm for whatever reason. But yeah, you're gonna want to keep your servant at max HP throughout the entire fight. When this guy all he does is wait, that's pretty much your chance to just attack him freely. So attack him. You may want Forward to increase your magic if you want to do a little extra damage. Now when he does a skill on his first like attack there, that usually means he's just gonna buff himself. And in every previous fight he did his Noble Phantasm right off the bat. But for some reason he doesn't do his Noble Phantasm here, which is why I was a little bit confused near the end of the fight. I guess I just got lucky. But yeah, this is the fight. It's difficult for if you're playing as caster. Now you see me have a lot of trouble here, so you may think, oh, you need to be my level for this fight. You don't. I've heard people beat this game at around level 36, which I am way above. So you don't need to be my level to beat this guy, but he's very tough. If you haven't been upgrading your defense, you might have to do grinding and have either just try to increase your attack even more or focus on increasing your defense. I have 2 more level ups, I believe. Well, the level I finished the game with is at level 41. And I believe I put a lot of my skill points to defense after that. A good point, you want to get caster's defense at least to level rank C. So I would recommend you try to do that, I suppose. Why am I doing attack there? I should be guarding there in case he's doing his Noble Phantasm. Whoops, looks like I made a mistake there, but he doesn't do his Noble Phantasm. Oh yeah, he usually does a skill somewhere around here. Usually, emphasis on the usually part. Oh. whatever I did there looks like I made the right choice. He does his Noble Phantasm on his last turn, so if you don't see him doing that, just go for it. I don't know why I'm being so hesitant here. I probably should have just done my Noble Phantasm and try to finish him off here. Oh no, because I think I've seen him do his Noble Phantasm on his 5th turn. I suppose I could look up whether or not at what turn he'll do his Noble Phantasm on. Well, I don't know what you would call those little segments. A phase. Let's call those phases from now on. Just for, so yeah, I don't know why I was so hesitant to use my Noble Phantasm there. I should have just gone for it. But as I was saying, I was waiting for him to use his Noble Phantasm before I used mine. But I guess here I just sort of gave up and just said, F it, I'm gonna finish this guy off. Or no, no. Come on, me, just do it already. Oh, I do it here because I don't want to take more damage than needed. Because he could actually just do his Noble Phantasm here. Actually, that's what I'm thinking. I believe that was my line of thinking right there, because he could have been use his Noble Phantasm here. But like I said, he doesn't do it for no, and I don't know why. In every other time I battled this guy, he's done it earlier than this. So I guess he needs to have his buffs before he can actually complete the Noble Phantasm, but I don't think that's the case, because I'm pretty sure he's done it before on me without any sort of any sort of buffs. Could have finished him off there if he didn't guard, but I just finished him off there. Actually, he could have been using his Noble Phantasm there, and I just went first, actually, and finished him off. Who knows? We'll never find out. And with that, the 6th round is over. I felt that was the hardest fight in the entire game, if you're playing as caster at least, because I've died to this particular servant more times than the other servants. Gawain was easier. His attacks didn't do nearly as much damage. But if you're playing as other servants, like with Saber or Archer, I assume this guy is not particularly tough. You can do a lot of damage, but I assume with the other characters you have more defense, so he wouldn't pose as much as a threat as if you're playing as caster, especially if you were playing as I am. I probably should have stopped upgrading my attack a long time ago, as I pretty much just primarily use skills. So it was a bit of a little bad move on my part. It was a bad move on my part, but I still complete the game anyway. But yeah, this game, I played it in its entirety actually the other day. Well, yesterday I finished it from this. This is where I started yesterday, and I completed the entire game. And it's become one of my favorite games on the PSP. I enjoyed the game a lot. I'm trying to do a replay through with Saber, but that's just like on my own time. Not gonna record it, anything like that. And I don't know if I'll enjoy it as much the second time around, especially since I'm playing it right after. But the game's sort of like designed in a way in which you'll probably play through all 3 routes. So I'll try it to see the different dialogue and stuff like that. And I recommend you give the game a shot as well if you enjoyed my playthrough of it. I really recommend it. Play as a different servant. Play as the other gender. I don't believe there's too much difference between the male and female gender, but I suppose if you're playing as a female with caster, it'd be a little bit more funny, I guess, since caster is the same. But yes, this is the final week. And hey, it's Leon Gawain. Leon Gawain's servant battle near the end, well, the elimination battle at the end of the week isn't too difficult. I did lose like once or twice, but that was just because of me picking the wrong decision at particular moments, doing the wrong thing at particular moments that caused my loss. So it wasn't both times I was like finished off right when they were about to lose, so I wasn't too like distraught over it. Berserker was more of a, I knew I could win that fight, but it was more of a fight where I knew I had to be extra careful and make every decision count. In Gawain's fight, you can make some wrong decisions, but overall, he's easier. I feel that way anyway. So, a level I saw somebody say they beat this guy out was level 36. So, if you're level 36, you can probably defeat this guy. The guy said he was playing his cast. It was in the comments on the Cernopoli blog. I'm level 39. I grind to level 41, and then I stop because right when you get to the high 30s, low 40s, this is when grinding starts to become a little bit of a more of an annoyance than anything, because it takes too long to get a level up. So 41, after I got reached level 41, I decided somebody beat this at a lower level than me if I can't do it. Well, I suppose I should mention this. I'm going to be interrupted for a few minutes, so I'm probably going to come back near the end of the video. I don't really want to restart the recording for this, so I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. Well, I'll continue commentating, and as soon as I need to be interrupted for those for a minute or two, I'll leave. So I might leave in the middle of a conversation or something like that. So forgive me, please forgive me. But yeah, as I was saying, Berserker harder than Gawain, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So if you're level 36 to 40 to 45, you're good. You're good. You don't really need to grind that much. There's if you're having trouble with the final boss, you do have well, you should have elixirs. So you just after you spend all your 8 MP, you should just use an elixir if you're really having trouble at the final boss. When I battle the final boss, I only use 3 elixirs. So if you're having a lot of trouble with Gawain, use 1 elixir. 2 at most, and you might not. I would say use 1 elixir if you're having trouble with Gawain, because I only use 3 during the final boss, just to finish him off more quickly rather than I wasn't really having trouble. I just wanted to finish him off, so I just spam skills. So if you're having trouble with Gawain, just use an elixir. Make sure you have at least 3. You probably want 4, because if you're having that much trouble with Gawain, so you make sure you have at least 4 or 3 when you're battling the final boss. Don't waste elixirs, and don't waste Sakura's lunges either, because you're gonna want that. Not for Gawain, but you're gonna want the status, the items that get rid of any status effects on you. You're gonna want that. So yeah, because of the interruption that's gonna happen, I've been mentioning it throughout the last few minutes. I'm gonna stop my commentary recording here. There's only 7 minutes left in the video, and that's just a few cutscenes and me stopping right before the arena. So there really isn't much explaining for me to do. So I'm gonna stop I could commentate more, but I feel like this interruption it's gonna last longer than the video. Right now, there's only 3 minutes left, so I think the interruption's gonna last a lot longer than that. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye. I don't know why I said it like that, but well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. A little bit left, a little of the video left. I can't speak, okay? Don't judge me. Stop judging me. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, I'll see ya.